if anyone listening is interested in getting into strength training or maybe pursuing a weight loss goal or something like that, and maybe they're that person that we talked about at the start where they think, I'm past that point, it's not something that's feasible for me. Do you have any practical or actionable steps that people can take, from step one to maybe start moving in the right direction and build the confidence to do that?
Sure. I think the first thing, great first steps would be, first of all, to keep things simple. Realize that the first step is not to go into the gym and do an hour-long workout and then reduce your calories to nothing and eat lettuce. Okay. That's not how you do it. I would recommend two things. First thing, from the nutrition side, is to start by literally, and I go back to paper and pencil, and I'm really a stickler for this one, on paper and pencil. On a pad of paper, literally write down every single thing you put in your mouth during the course of a day. And that means drinking, that means eating. Don't weigh it, don't measure it, don't do any of that. Just write it down. If you had a sandwich, write down, I had a sandwich. If you have a handful of chips, I have a handful of chips. If you have a latte, write down latte. But write it, because when you handwrite something, it's here.
Yeah.
And when it's in here, now we're becoming aware of how much food and drink we're putting into our mouth every day. And that alone, when you do that, that alone is going to bring on some change, because you're going to start making small changes. I don't want to write that down today. Once you start seeing how much you're actually consuming, you might make different decisions. And so you've already started the change wheel going, but it starts being simple. Just write it down. Don't change how you eat or anything yet. Write down so you become aware of what you are consuming. And from that point, you can start making decisions in which directions you want to go. So it would be for that. And for the training piece, from the very beginning, start walking. Start with that. That's always the best place to start. And even if it's for 5 minutes, that 5 minutes may turn to 10, and it's going to turn to 15 and 20. And pretty soon you're listening to a podcast, or you're listening to us on a podcast right now, or whatever it is. I think that's where you start. A lot of people want to get an online trainer right at the beginning when they have no experience with strength training at all. And I think where for some people that might be possible, I just feel like that for older people, that's an exercise in frustration, because you are probably going to want somebody there to walk you through proper form and technique and all that kind of stuff. And so I would advise you, when you're ready to do that, to hire someone in person. And I know right now in the world we're living at, it depends on where you live, if that's even possible right now. And it may not be, but if it is, I would do that. That's always what I recommend, because I feel like having someone there, having that appointment, so it's just setting you up for the foundation. And once you get that foundation built, then you can explore all kinds of options for you that are out here in the internet world, right? All kinds of online trainers, groups, whatever. But to start learning how to gain strength, I mean, you could do squats at home. Sure, of course. You could learn to do push-ups at home, of course. But when you have somebody standing next to you saying, you know what, this is how you can modify this and get really strong here and then do this, that's where it's at, And again, as we said earlier, it's not about investing a whole year of having to do this. I just said, get a handful of sessions, give it a try, get some confidence going, build from there. But to rewind, it's writing down what you eat every day and walking. That's where everyone really should start, from the absolute beginning.
I love that. And I love writing it down. I've always found what you said to be the truth, that when you write it down, you remember it more than if you type it into your notes or whatever in your phone.
Because we do that every day mindlessly. We are mindlessly, right? That's all we do
on every platform.
Yeah. For me to write something down, I'm writing a lot of stuff down now. And it's like, it's a big thing now that I'm writing something down instead of typing it in.
Yeah. You know, what's sad is I like to write stuff down too. So I'll take notes on different scratch paper and stuff. And I've realized now that I type so much that this may reflect really poorly on me, but I'm almost to the point where I'm forgetting how to write. Like I'll get to, buzzing through something writing and I'll have to pause just because And then that's made me wwonder, are they teaching more typing in school now than handwriting and stuff like
Well,
that? I remember the
and it's
handwriting
funny
stuff
because,
was
and I know
huge.
I mean, my kid is 23 now, but back when he was in third and fourth grade, where you're supposed to learn like cursive and stuff,
Mhm.
they don't do it anymore.
No cursive.
No, he doesn't write cursive. That
Wow.
dude never, he's 23, doesn't write. I mean, he'll fake it now, but he never learned how to write cursive.
Yeah, you just DocuSign now. You don't
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
sign your
yeah.
name anywhere.
That's it. That's it.
That's crazy.